ika-23 ng Agosto taong 1896, nagtipon-tipon ang 500 katipunero sa Pugad Lawin upang ipahayag ang kanilang paglaban sa pamahalaang Kastila. Tinawag ang pangyayaring ito sa kasaysayan bilang Sigaw sa Pugad Lawin. Ngunit hindi ito ang literal na sigaw na alam natin sa dialektong Tagalog. Ang salitang sigaw dito ay isinalin mula sa salitang Espanyol na El Grito de Rebelión o El Grito na nangangahulugang desisyon o pagtawag ng himagsikan. Dito rin naganap ang malasimbolikong pagpunit ng mga katipunero sa kanilang mga sedula bilang pagpapahayag ng kanilang pag-aalsa laban sa mga Kastila. Ito ang sinasabing naging hudyat ng simula ng revolusyon ng mga Pilipino laban sa rehimen ng Espanya. Taong 1908 nang itayo ang isang monumento sa Balintawak bilang pag-alaala sa pangyayaring ito sa kasaysayan ng Pilipinas. Taon-taon ding ginugunita ang Sigaw sa Pugad Lawin tuwing ika-23 ng Agosto.
I'm Neri Garcia, and today we're going to discuss one of the most significant historical events in Philippine history, which is the cry of balintawak or Pugad Lawin. So we're going to seek this point of report, where the cry first took place. Some people say it's in Balintawak or Pugad Lawin or Bahay Toro or somewhere else. What day it happened? Does Pugad Lawin really exist? Okay, let's talk first. What's cry all about? The cry or sigaw in Tagalog marked the beginning of the Philippine Revolution against the Spanish Empire. The term cry refers to the clash between the Katipuneros and the civil guards, and this included the tearing up of community task certificates or cedulous personnels in defiance of their allegiance to Spain, accompanied by patriotic shouts. Sunday, August 23, 1896, as early as 10 o'clock in the morning, at the barn of Cabeza Melchora or Melchora Aquino Z at a place called Sampalucat, Barrio of Bahay Toro, Katipuneros met together about 500 of these arrived. It is surprising that there are different versions on the dates for the first cry of the revolution as well as the venue. This controversy up to this time remains unsolved. It is believed that the so-called cry took place in the Balintawak, but others would say that it really happened in Pugad Lawin. Nevertheless, there are different versions to consider in knowing that the real date and place of the cry. These include Payo Valenzuela controversial, cry of Pugad Lawin, Santiago Alvarez the cry of Bahay Toro, Gregoria de Jesus version of the first cry, and Guillermo Masangkay's The Cry of Balintawak. The three primary sources: Guillermo Masangkay, Payo Valenzuela, Santiago Alvarez. Profiles of the primary sources: Guillermo Masangkay, a friend and advisor of Andres Bonifacio, a bosom friend who joined that underground society when he was only 17. He was a banquero and became fluent in Spanish and deeply aware of the political and social conditions of his time. Was with Bonifacio in April 1896 at the Bernardo Carpio Cave on Mount Taposi, San Mateo, Rizal. It was the site originally chosen from the start of the uprising, not Balintawak. His accounts were used during the first decade of the American rule. This led to the erection of the Monument of Heroes of 1896 in that place. A street called Masangkay in Santa Cruz, Binondo was named after him. Balintawak or Pugad Lawin, according to each source. Masangkay said Balintawak. In 1932, he was recounted the events leading to the first cry on the Sunday Tribune magazine. He said, it first happened in Balintawak on August 26, 1896, at the house of Apolonio Samson the Cabeza of Caloocan. Like Alvarez, he wrote that there was a meeting attended by prominent members and delegates from Bulacan, Cabanatuan, Cavite, and Morong. However, in an interview published in the newspaper Bagong Buhay on August 26, 1957, Masangkay changed his narrative stating that the revolution began on August 23, 1896, similar to the assertion of Dr. Valenzuela. But Masangkay's date was later changed again when his granddaughter, Soledad Boucher Purimio, cited sources including the Masangkay's papers that the original date was August 26.
Pio Valenzuela. Here is the profile of Pio Valenzuela. Pio Valenzuela is a Filipino physician and revolutionary leader. Together with Andres Bonifacio and Emilio Jacinto, they formed the secret chamber of the society called Camara Reina. When the Katipunan was discovered, he fled to Balintawak, now part of Quezon City, on August 20, 1896. When Pio Valenzuela surrendered to Spain in 1896, he stated before the Olive Court, which was charged with investigating persons involved in the rebellion, only that Katipunan meetings took place from Sunday to Tuesday, or 23 to 25 August at Balintawak. He is notable for being the one assigned by the Katipunan to seek Jose Rizal's approval of revolution. He was arrested for participation in the insurrection but revealed in September 1, 1896 that he received an amnesty from the Spanish government. He returned to the Philippines in 1899 to resume his medical profession but was subsequently arrested as the government thought he will start or inspire another insurrection. Valenzuela City was named after him. Valenzuela said Balintawak at first in 1911 averred that the Katipunan began meeting on August 22 while the cry took place on August 23 at Apolonio Samson's house in Balintawak. From 1928 to 1940, Valenzuela maintained that the cry happened on August 24 at the house of Tandang Sora or Melchora Aquino in Pugad Lawin, which he now situated near Pasong Tamo Road. Valenzuela Memoirs 1964 and 1978 averred that the cry took place on August 23 at the house of Juan Ramos at Pugad Lawin.
Good morning, ma'am. The first cry of Balintawak or Pugad Lawin. So, the three primary sources or man on the primary sources was Guillermo Masangkay Alvarez, Pio Valenzuela, and Santiago. So, for the last part is the man who is named Santiago. Santiago Alvarez, one of the leaders of the Cavite Revolution in 1898, known as Kidlat ng Apoy, with his father Mariano Alvarez and cousin General Pascual Alvarez, they liberated Novelita from Spaniards on August 31, 1896. He was celebrated in present-day Cavite City as the hero of the Battle of Dalahican. His notes of the revolution was published on the magazine in Sampaguita. So, Santiago was already a Delegado General of the Provincial Council of the Katipunan in Cavite prior to the start of the revolution. He was promoted to Captain General and later Commander-in-Chief of the Magdiwag forces in the valiantly fought the Spaniards from 1896 to 1897. During the American occupation, Alvarez assisted the organization of the Niconalista Party, wherein he later became president of it in directorate. Those are the other proofs of that this first cry of Balintawak or Pugad Lawin is read.